it's going to be a pretty good night.
Yeah, I mean, we were ready from the jump, and that's a credit to our 5 guys that started the game. I mean, they were ready. They got stops early and set the tone.
You're a Kentucky kid. To do this against that team, you know about this rivalry more than anybody on the team. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. This is definitely one of the most fun games on the schedule. I mean, there's nothing like it. Growing up, watching this go down in my living room and crying whenever we lose, being so happy when we win, and then being able to be a part of it, it's just so cool.
To beat them down there and to beat them up here, did you have a favorite one? You like to win on the road, or you like to win at home?
I mean, I loved them both. They were both really special. I mean, it's cool whenever you can do it in front of your home crowd. It's cool whenever you can be the villain and go into Knoxville and leave with the win. So, I mean, I would say 50-50.
When you guys see Lamont go down, how do you keep that, I guess, from sucking the energy out of the plays? Keep focused.
Yeah, I mean, Lamont's definitely a huge piece of our team, but we just have to come with the next man up mentality and be ready. Prayers for Lamont. I hope he's good because he's such a huge piece of our team.
At what point would you say you had the confidence to kind of do what you did tonight? Has it ever wavered? You know, I know sometimes as a freshman you might come into a situation where you're unsure, but
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really just a credit to Coach Pope and the staff. I mean, every single day they instill confidence into me, and we have a thing called confidence. So I think that's really cool. I mean, trusting God and having confidence. What more do you need?
You love the Mountain Mamba nickname?
Yeah, that's really cool. That's super clever. Whoever came up with that needs a shout out or something.
Trent, you talked about the game and how much quicker it is when you're making that adjustment from high school to college. Did you feel it slowing down, or have you felt it progressively slow down over these past couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you ease into it a little bit, but I mean, I think being able to play with so many older guys and so many great players, you just get to sit around and pick their brain because they've went through it. They know exactly how I'm feeling. They've been in the same spot. So getting able to learn from guys like that, it makes it so much easier.
What's your earliest Kentucky memory?
I would say Anthony Davis in the Natty. Also remember the Wisconsin loss in the tournament. I remember I was crying in my living room.
Yeah.
So that wasn't one that we can kind of put that one down the hatch.
Any Kentucky Tennessee wins at all? Any moments you remember?
I mean, not specifically the Jody Meeks. I have a shirt that has all the way he got the 50-pointer, but probably that one.
I know it's got to feel good, but is it just any extra motivation when you see that orange on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, we just come into every game with the same mentality, just trying to find a way to leave with the win. I mean, Tennessee's a great program. They're so well coached and have so many great players. Thankfully, to come out with the win tonight.
Trent, you guys shot 50% against them in Knoxville. Shot the exact same number tonight. Was it something that Tennessee was doing to give you all looks that you were liking, or you just like to hit threes against the ball?
I don't know, maybe a little bit of both. Thankfully, the ball was dropping tonight, and that's what we needed to win, so that was big for us.
In hindsight, how similar was tonight's game plan to the game plan in Knoxville? Obviously, it's different with Lamont, but sort of putting that aside.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, having Lamont back is huge. I mean, he controls the point guard. He's one of the best defenders I ever played with. So, I mean, you don't have to give as much help off him. I mean, having him back is huge. And then we have great rim protection, too. So, really just we have all kinds of great players. We can just sit down and guard when we want to, and tonight we did.
You guys have had 2 pretty tough battles with them as a whole. Have you learned more about your team playing against them than playing against anybody else this year?
Yeah, I mean, if I've learned anything, I know that we're a super resilient team. I mean, we just battled through adversity. We take it in and spit it out as 5. I mean, we just don't back down. We lean together when times get tough and stuff. So I mean, that's super special that I get to be a part of it.
You talk about the team's resiliency. Just kind of what was the message in the huddle when Lamont went down, and kind of I know you guys weren't expecting that this late in the game.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely unfortunate. I don't know how close it was, but I know Ansley's and one. They kind of had a little momentum, and he kind of Euro stepped and one in the lane. I thought that was a humongous play. I mean, shout out to him. He just stepped up and made a play when we needed it.
You and Travis are roommates, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you had conversations throughout the year to kind of keep each other up as you're learning this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, TP's a great guy. He's a great friend of mine, and I mean, I get to learn so much from him. I mean, he's an extremely hard worker. I mean, we get in the gym together. I mean, we push each other, hold each other accountable. So having a guy like TP, it's huge for me.
How's it feel for you guys both to have career highs on the same night?
That's really cool. I mean, we grow up watching Kentucky, Tennessee, and both have it on a big game like this. That's special.
Any early reports from Harlan? What's going on down there tonight? What the reaction is?
I'm not sure. I haven't even turned my phone on, but I mean, I have so many great people down that way. So I mean, I'll be sure to check in with them.
Coach Pope talked about just how special the 606 is. He gave a shout out to Eastern Kentucky. Talked about you playing for them when you were out there. I know you're in the moment. Do you feel that you're kind of playing for a whole region of kids and people that have that same dream that you're living?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just try to show them that anything's possible. I mean, that's such a great area and so many passionate fans. I mean, even through high school, we kind of had the whole Eastern Kentucky rudeness on at the state tournament, and now that they get to back me here, I mean, it's really cool. I just want to show the kids there that anything's possible if you just work hard and trust God, and all your dreams will pan out the way that it should.
Living over in Harlan, you probably hadn't had to make a lot of trips to Knoxville to do stuff, and probably a lot of Tennessee fans around you. You talked just briefly growing up with it being a Kentucky fan, Tennessee is a rival. You played well in both the games against them. Fuel you in any way of growing up them as a rival?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 15 minutes from my house and you can be in Tennessee, so there's definitely, once you cross that, there's a little Tennessee fans. I mean, go to Knoxville for my mom to get her hair done and stuff like that. If you want to go sit down at a restaurant, that's the quickest place. But I mean, my family's Kentucky, thick and thin, so I mean, we're cats in our house.
Do you remember taking any crap in particular, anything jump out? Or you had to put up with some trash talking for Tennessee fans after a win?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, mostly Kentucky's all blue, so that's a good thing.
How comfortable do you feel out there, and how have you seen your confidence kind of grow as the season going on?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to get better game in and game out, practice. And, I mean, it's just cool being able to play with so many guys. Like I said, I mean, they just instill confidence with me. Coach Pope instills confidence into me. So whenever you have those two things, it makes it so much easier.
So if what's it like playing on a team in which every night everybody's counted on to come in and check?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think that's what makes it special. I mean, we have so many guys up and down the roster. I mean, it can be one guy's not this night, and then next week it's somebody else's. So I think that's what makes this really special and really hard to guard.
So if Tennessee beats Kentucky, does your mom put off the hair appointment for a week?
Maybe. She might.
You ever wrapped your head around the fact that
big, huge quad wins for you guys? Just kind of touch on that a little bit, man.
It's a great win. You know we had to do it to go out there and try to get the W, especially after the last game. You know, we looked at what we did well and what we didn't do too well, tried to focus on those things, and we went out there today and executed that.
Pope said you didn't realize you had that Euro step in your bag there at the end when you had the N1. Was it fun to get to show off some extra stuff tonight?
Yeah, you feel me?
Did you have all that in there too?
No, of course. You know how it is. We all basketball players at the end of the day work on our games and stuff like that. I just felt like that was, we needed a bucket at that time, and I felt like time was running out a little bit, so I just tried to get creative.
Did you expect yourself to have some of these, like, so many big moments for this team so far?
I mean, I hope that I did, but I just go out there and try to help the team in any way I can, and sometimes they ain't big moments, sometimes they're not.
Ansley, when Lamont goes down and then a few minutes later you're down 3, it seems like the odds are stacked against you guys. What kind of allowed you guys to rally and finish this off? And what was kind of the message from Coach Pope?
Just next man up mentality. Mont went down. Obviously, that hurt us, but we didn't want to let our brother down. We obviously it's a big loss, but we decided to go out there and take care of business. We needed that win, and we were going to do whatever it takes to go get that win.
What is it about Coach Pope specifically that just keeps you guys so confident, even when things are just stacked against you, it feels like?
He's very, very calm. Like, I've never seen a coach as calm as him, like, ever. Like, he's super calm in any sort of situation. He's very, very calm, and like, especially high-stress situations, he's calm, and he helps. I mean, when you feed off that as a player, especially he's not yelling or none of that. He's just telling us we're going to be good, stay confident, we'll be fine. So it's just easy to feed off that as a player when your coach is just that calm and that mellow.
Tennessee has the best three-point shooting defense in the country. Y'all across 2 games now are 50%. Is there something about the matchup that just makes it a little bit easier for y'all, or kind of why do you think y'all have so much success there?
Numbers don't really tell the real story. We watch a lot of film on them. The way they play defense is just there's a lot of ways we could attack it. It's just the way our team is built. So, we get a lot of open looks, and we knock them down past 2 games.
How much can you kind of touch base on, your teammates, the way you guys are playing, pretty consistently over the past couple games. Can you just kind of touch base on guys to your left and to your right and how they're playing ball and how you guys are ultimately being able to kind of compete together and just go out there and just play winning basketball?
We just going out there and like I always say, just try and get better every single day. When it's game days, when it's practice, just trying to go out there and continuously get better every single day, so that when March comes, when April comes, we're ready to be at our peak. Because that's really what the end goal is: playing those late March games, those early April games, so that out there trying to get them in for you.
When you see those first couple possessions, are you like, all right, we're in the right headspace, like this is gonna be a good night?
For sure. Obviously, we got stops early. That's where our whole focus was, just defensively. Past few games, just trying to lock in on the defensive side, and I thought we did that great today. And especially those first possessions, we got a lot of stops, and that's what helped us win this game. Lamont's important to this team, so when he goes down, how do you guys keep that from impacting you and you're able to finish out the game? Just having a next man up mentality. We out there, we practice against each other every day. We have a great team. Coach built this roster perfectly, so each guy is a great player. So obviously Lamont's a great player, and we love to have him on the court. But the next guy's up, TP, he's up, ready to take the challenge and lead us.
You guys are unfortunately used to playing without him for a little while now. He's back out there, you guys feel good, then he goes out again. So that flexibility, is that something that you guys feel like is a strength of your team?
Definitely is a strength of our team. I feel like just having a veteran team is easy to. I feel like a lot of teams, they would just get down and that injury would affect the rest of the team. But just us being veterans and stuff like that, it's easy for us to not let that one thing affect how everybody else plays. We have the next man up mentality, so we have confidence in TP, him stepping up, taking the point guard mantle and leading the show.
How good does it feel to get a sweep of a rival?
Feels great. I heard that hasn't happened in a little while over here, so it's just something we've been planning on doing, and it's a great feeling to have.
What was the environment like?
Crazy environment. Rupp was loud today. BBM was out full effect. It was just a great vibe out there for sure.
If you had to put yourself in the shoes of Travis and Trent, how difficult do you think it would be to be able to perform to this level this deep in the season, knowing the rookies?
It's hard. It's definitely hard. I feel like they got so much more pressure than most of us because they're from here. People know who they are before they even put on the jersey. It means a lot to them. They're lifelong fans. They grew up watching these games, coming to Rupp and stuff like that. So I feel like the pressure on them is a lot. But the way they've been handling it so far has been really great. A lot of freshmen in the country can't do what they're doing. Sorry about that. A lot of freshmen in the country can't do what they're doing, and it really shows you how good they are.
To watch their growth throughout the season, what's it been like?
It's been great. Trent is in our skill group, so we push each other every day. I see Travis, the way he's been leading the show ever since the summer, going against Lamont and Kerr earlier this year. It's just definitely been really good for him. Iron sharpens iron. We've been trying to sharpen each other all year long, and now they are who they are.
Coach Pope said you kind of took a leap of faith coming here even and coming off the bench, and he says that you're doing things he didn't even expect you to do. Are you kind of feeling that?
Just coming here, obviously, I feel like people didn't expect too much from me, but I know what I expected from myself. I know what I was able to bring to the table, and I was going to do whatever it took for me to get on the court and help this team win in any way possible. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like just defensively and rebounding is just two things that I've just really focused on a lot that I haven't really focused on before, and just I feel like I'm taking such big strides in those ways.
What would have been some of the biggest challenges for you in this season?
Just staying. I would say, I feel like consistent or aggressive in the offensive flow. Sometimes I feel like sometimes it's easy for me to just get lost in the game. Sometimes you're lost in a moment. Just staying assertive offensively, I feel like it's been somewhat of a challenge, but I feel like it's starting to get better.
Talking about the consistency part, last couple games you didn't have as good of a night tonight scoring wise, but then you bounced back. Is that kind of what you're talking about? The consistency
yeah, just being that, just finding ways to affect the game, but not scoring wise, because obviously not having a great scoring night every night, but just being somewhat effective in some other ways. Just trying to be always helping the team, always helping the team at all times.
Is there something Trent has done in recent games that has kind of showed you guys okay, I think it's slowing down for him a little bit? Because for freshmen, the game moves so fast.
Yeah, just the shots he's taking is just uber confidence. I feel like a lot of freshmen in the country would just not be taking those shots. I know when I was a freshman, I was not taking those shots. He's, he has a lot of courage, a lot of confidence in himself, and we telling him to shoot those shots in the locker room, so we just happy that he's doing it and making them.
Have you
guys with Tennessee, obviously, great teams always bring out the best in one another, but two pretty tight battles. Have you learned more playing against them as opposed to anybody else this year in the 2 games you've had?
Yeah, they're like the best defensive team in the country, so it's just obviously playing against them is harder than playing against a lot of other teams when it comes to, trying to execute our offensive game plan and execute things on the offensive side of the ball. So it's been bringing out the best of us. I feel like, today was a great performance, just like it was last time we played them, and we're going to try to keep building and continue to get better.
I know you've probably been asked this already, but Coach Pope said when he recruited you, he said he didn't know that Euro step into a foul late in the game was in your bag. Have you showed him that before, or was that the first time?
I guess I haven't really showed him that before, but obviously, I work on my game in the offseason, work on my game still now. So, when the situation calls for it, I go out there and get us a bucket if we need one.
You guys tonight had the BBN behind you. It got really loud in here a few times. Were you guys feeding off of that?
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of ranks high up there with environments this year, right?
No, it does. We love when BBN's out there, like showing who they are, out there yelling and, being rowdy. Because obviously it affects the other team, but it affects us too. We feel the energy, we get hyped, we play better. So it's a great feeling to have when they're behind us like that.
When you have Lamont and Jackson both go down, is it a little bit easier in the back of your mind knowing you have a 7-foot point guard that can kind of still control things?
Nah, definitely. Amari PG1 right now. For me, he's been handling the pressure really well, bringing the ball and running the offense for us. So we have a complete confidence in him, and he's been doing great at that role so far.
I was watching you on the bench. I didn't see anybody cheering harder for Trent Noah than you. You seem to be leading the party.
Yeah, that's my guy. We work out. He's in my training group. He's in my skill group. So we work out with each other every single day. We get shots every single day. So of course I want to see him do good. I know what he's capable of, and I'm just happy for him.
Have you seen Perry? You've been seeing it in practice and jumped out today.
He's been capable. He's just, as a freshman, you just always got to wait your turn. It's just how it is. Just wait your turn, and when your number is called, just be ready. And that's what he's been doing. I feel like we've been trying our best to, lead him in the right direction, and he's been taking the advice and doing what he has to do.
Honestly, it wasn't really much thinking going on. It was just playing the game, understanding the situation that we were in and what we needed, and I just felt like I have confidence in myself, and I feel like the team has confidence in me too, that I can take those shots and make them. So.
What does it say about you, the resilience, and the message it sends to this team and to this fan base that after that conversation you and Mark had, now this is another game where you really stepped up defensively, and he said you guys had that conversation after the Ole Miss game. What message does that send?
Just that I'm gonna be an everyday guy, it's not. I told Coach, he's like, "Are you gonna bring that same energy today?" And I'm like, "Coach, I'm doing this every game, every practice now." It's just about me just trying to better myself and understand that I'm not just doing it for myself, but for my team as well. So, just trying to go out there and give my all every time.
Was the no look? Was that impromptu? It was a no look, right?
It was.
How cool was that play? And just to see the roof kind of blow off the building.
Yeah, that was probably one of the top plays of my career, honestly. Just talking to O about it, he cut at the perfect time. Once I saw him move, I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's perfect." But it was a great feeling, man, just to have that kind of play and such a big game like that, and to do it at home even more, just made it more special. So it was a good feeling for sure.
What does it take when Lamont goes down and you guys played without him and had to play different style, different roles? He's back in, then leaves. It's like you guys are having to be flexible so much, which is a strength. It's got to be frustrating too. But is that a strength that you feel like everyone should appreciate?
Yeah, I feel like this team is really good in adverse situations. I think there's some situations that you can't really plan for, you can't prep for. Having two people like them, go down. But we just have so many guys that are super confident and resilient, and they're able to step up for us. So it's kind of like a next man up mentality, and everybody's been doing it really good.
It seems like you've been getting more into the paint these last few games, a lot more, and then either getting some creative finishes or looking for guys like you did with Ortega tonight. Is that something you've been trying to do specifically?
For sure. I don't go into the game, thinking about what exactly I'm going to do, but I know it's a part of my game, so I know that I'm being run off the line a lot, and obviously all the attention goes to my shooting. Everybody wants to make sure I don't get shots, but I feel like I have counters to that, so just getting some paint touches and trying to get a bucket for myself and for my teammates. And I know that's something I can do.
Is that something you've had to do much in the past, back going to Dayton, or is that kind of newish?
Not really. I feel like in a way I've always had it, but I just didn't have quite the opportunity to kind of do those things. But here like coach emphasizes like how he wants me to do those things. He talks to me every day about getting paint touches, getting in there with 2 feet, and just making the right decision. So it's something that I feel a lot more comfortable with doing now.
Taking a flash poll, do you prefer Mountain Mamba or Holler Baller for Trent Noah?
I like Mountain Mamba, man, just because of where he comes from, and I'm a big Koby Brea fan too, and I see Mamba in him for sure. So I think I'm gonna go with that one for sure.
What's he done to get to this point where he can score 11 against the best defensive team in the country?
Honestly, just his preparation, just the fact that he's come in every single day since he's been here, and he's put in like the hardest work, like something that every single day what you're gonna get from him, and it's like not just in games but in practices, man. Like, he goes hard all the time, and it's like things like that, they go a little bit unnoticed, but in times like this is where you get to like reflect on it a little bit.
When you have a team with a lot of older guys and then a handful of younger guys like that, how gratifying is it for you older guys when you see one of the young guys get to have moments like this, knowing how hard he's working?
For me personally, like, it's such a good feeling. Just like it kind of feels like watching myself a little bit, just because I remember being in their shoes and going through those moments and having a big moment, big game like that. And it's just like I said, man, those guys, they put in the work. So just to see them, see the work pay off, like I think it's going to give them a lot more confidence and just make sure that they keep going. So it definitely makes me very happy.
There's a point in a freshman's year where he's not a freshman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have that point? Did you remember that? And does Trent look like he's kind of gotten past that?
For myself, I might have not had that moment. I think I probably had that moment when I became a sophomore. But Trent, man, like, I would probably say it was last game, or maybe even before that. There was when we played at Tennessee, he hit a big shot, and I'm like, oh damn, he took that and he made it. And he's super confident in himself, man. It's just like that's just the kind of player he is, And he goes out there and he bangs in 3 threes when we need it, and it's just amazing to watch.
How much energy does that bring? I mean, obviously they go nuts when you hit a 3. They'll go nuts when Ansley hits a 3 in a big spot, but it seems like it's a little louder when Trent.
For sure.
How much does that kind of spread throughout the team when you're out there? He does that.
Like you said, man, it's a different energy that gets into that arena, and it's just like rightfully so. He's from Kentucky. I'm sure he's like re-watched his moment like in his head over and over again, and just for him to have that, man, it's crazy. And like you said, man, like the arena gets super loud in there, and it's just a momentum shifter for us. It's like he hits a shot, everybody goes wild, and then we got to keep on going. So it definitely gives us a lot of energy.
Koby, talk about the way you kind of shoot the basketball, man. You talk about confidence a lot, but ultimately it kind of seems like you're one of the most sound shooters out there. You're not really crazy excited after you hit a shot. You're back on defense, ready to play ball. But when you get in the huddle, man, when you guys get in the timeout, you let that energy kind of go. Just kind of talk about how you're able to play basketball and be so calm and collected when you're shooting the ball the way you are.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I play hard, throughout the whole game on both ends, and when it's time for me to shoot, I have to just relax a little bit, So that's the one moment in the game where I'm gonna, take my time and just breathe a little bit. And once the shot goes in, like at this point, kind of just becomes regular. So I don't do too many celebrations or nothing, but it's kind of just move on to the next thing. But I think shooting is really just about staying calm in the moment. And I haven't been shooting the ball too well, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna keep shooting. So.
I'm sorry if you're already going to ask this, but just talk about that two-way stretch. You hit the contested 3 and then the moved the other way right there at the end. What was the emotion like? Just kind of feel like you pulled away.
It felt good, just to hit shots like that in such a big moment, such a big game. It's stuff that you dream of as a little kid. So it definitely, just made me feel really good, and it just goes to show all the work that I put in and how confident I am in that moment, and how confident my team are in that moment with me as well. Just they gave me the ball and they spread it out, and like they knew I was going to go to work, so that meant a lot to me as well.
Were you among the group of guys who ended up in the student section after the?
Yeah, for sure. I had to.
How did that happen?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I was like taking a picture with a kid, and I see everybody in there. I was like, I ran over, and I was like, I want some of that too. It's always good when you can have a moment like that with our fan base, man. It's amazing. So I think we really cherish that and just live it up.